has just begun. The choices he has made, his bed is already laid, 'cause he's a dead man walking.
Hello and welcome. Isadora, or Lunella, is feeling a little bit sick today, so she came down with a fever last night, so she is not going to be playing with us. Hopefully it's nothing more serious than that, but she's sleeping it off. First off, we'll start with our buddies and rivals. We had a little bit of a change up in the last session with some crazy stuff happening, especially with both Max and Xander being revealed as androids. Xander did it a little bit more subtly, so maybe not everyone had picked it up. And I think he only really revealed it to Max. when
As
he
well as
changed him up.
Yeah, you two had Android buddy time.
yes.
Yeah, you guys had android buddy times, and Lunella acted completely opposite. All of a sudden, her buddy had changed in front of her. So, I guess we'll start with Max. Who is your buddy, and who is your rival?
Wow, I forgot whose Cody's character's name is.
Xander.
We don't interact like at all. I guess Xander is the buddy, and Jimmy is the not Jimmy. Wow, my brain just stopped working. Lunella plays. That's a prompt for you to help me out.
Conrad.
Conrad.
Yeah, Conrad. I couldn't remember. I was
is
like,
the bad guy. Rival.
I almost said Cody. I was like, it's Cody. I was like, wait, no, that's not right.
Yes, Lunella plays Cody. Cody plays Conrad. Conrad plays Griffin.
And no one was ever confused ever again.
All right. So that's your buddies, and Griffin, you said your rival was going to be Cody, and your ally, or your buddy? Your buddy is going to be Team.
Yeah. Xander is still going to be my buddy. That hasn't changed the entire game so far, and I only have one other choice left, so I'm going to say it's Max. Max is my rival.
Really?
All right, Max is your rival.
I mean, I'm in jail
you,
now
Dad.
because of him.
No, you're not. You're in jail because of the murders committed on your ship. Has nothing to do with me.
I'm pretty sure all of this has something to do with you. That's
Well,
why I'm. That's why
no,
you're my
I didn't
rival
tell
now.
you to get your crew to start shooting people in the backs. That's on you. I piloted a
But
ship.
also, Lunella's not here, so I can't figure.
I piloted a
shouldn't.
ship. In the act of piloting that ship, nobody got hurt.
I'm still worried about my poor criminal son.
No, what you're worried about is apparently Xander. You're like, fuck my son.
It's
Worried
clear
for
that
different
He was the
reasons.
corrupting influence. Yeah, he cares about his son. His son would have been fine if Xander wouldn't have corrupted him so much.
Not what the buddy system is
Which is-
saying. I am his rival. To get experience, he has to fuck me over. He is saying, fuck my son, by his choice right now.
Thanks for getting us to
that
the
is
ship,
another
son. I'm
interpretation.
gonna Spartan kick you off now and fly away. See you later.
So it comes down to Xander. Who is your buddy and who is your rival?
This is hard because now both of them are like, damn.
Well, like, we're that
Oh,
Yeah,
hot.
they're
I
making
don't know
you
what you're
choose
saying.
sides.
I know. I gotta give it up to the kid. Kid's my buddy, Max. Android Bros.
All right.
So we'll see how this all plays
And your
out.
rival?
Since
Okay. And then your rival
There's
is
only
going
one
to be,
other choice technically, but I
Jimmy?
mean,
the character that's not here.
I just want to make sure he says it, you know? He's got to.
No.
You're my
I
rival.
think at this point it's really just a matter of like expectations. Like if something pops up to make it happen, we'll see.
Yeah, the rival situation doesn't necessarily have to pop up all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes
does
it
if you want
happens, sometimes it
experience.
doesn't.
The complicated relationship Max and Jimmy have.
If you want to advance your character, you'll make it happen.
Max,
Right.
I'm disappointed in your behavior, so I'm going to teach you how to do even more stuff and get into more trouble.
Oh, that's
Did
fun.
did I accidentally drop that grenade? Oops.
Max, you gotta remember proper grenade etiquette. You have to shout it and when you throw it.
I mean, to be fair, last session, Jimmy went from, hey, Max, let's go fishing, to, hey, Max, I'm going to shoot myself in the head. I don't want to be
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, Jimmy's in the throes of depression right now, so that's where we're gonna end up picking up with him.
Yeah, so picking up where we last left off, everyone is currently, if we want to move, everyone's seeing this colony map, so I'll just shift everyone over to the security section. Everyone is currently in one of these cells. So if you want to throw your tokens down, you're more than welcome to drop them in on the map, just so you know where you all are.
Yeah, gotta like
Oh,
zoom
Max has already
way in.
escaped. I guess those tokens are just enormous.
Lady Repulsa threw her staff at the ground, and I
Right.
threw.
So clearly, Jimmy is right in that cell. Max is obviously in that cell, and Xander is clearly in the other cell.
I do like, though, that
Good.
my token came out the smallest of all these giants.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna shrink some of these tokens.
Yeah, well, welcome to scaling. I gotta zoom into like 200% just to like get a straight close up of those cells.
Yeah, it's I mean, I might just do one of these. It's a scientific notation that we learned in in grade school, where you make sure the notes should always be on one side lined up. All the lines should be coming in. From classy.
Actually, me and Jimmy are in the same cell, remember?
Rotate and wiggle, and there we go.
There we go. In the Colonial Marshal office.
All right. I think it's just saying what that is. That's the little window right there. It'd be funny if you had an office that was just in the wall. Hello there. Help! Help!
Colonial Marshal office
Oh.
/ zoo.
I've escaped!
Did I just add that line, or was that you? Okay.
I've tunneled out of here, let's go!
My real name the whole time was El Chapo. So, you guys are sitting in your cells, enjoying your, maybe your meal of the day, or the close quarters that it brings you to. It's probably been about a day since all of this happened. You've been thrown in jail, and you've got this strain. This. They basically told you that you've been captured and all this jazz, and everything is just. I mean, is there anything you guys would like to declare that you're doing in these cells? Would you like to, anything you're doing to pass the time?
So you remember back like in the bunks at that army base that Jimmy was like on the bed, curled up in all the blankets? That's the same position Jimmy's in again.
Okay.
Probably
So
face down in the pillow and everything.
Regretting every decision. I guess at this point, since Conrad is in one of these cells, he's probably doing a similar situation where he's doing a lot of like kind of sulking and self-reflection. Probably he's got that pillow in the cell, and he's probably punching it, saying out different names of Roman and his wife's name, and he's working through some of his anger.
A little bit of anger.
Oh, they're saying he was punching pillows and naming Romans. Augustus Maurilius, Julius Caesar,
Brutus!
Brute.
That would be that would be a real shock. Maybe that might signal that Conrad's getting a little crazy with already being in a cell for a day. So you guys are all sitting in your cells, going through your whatever coping method you've had. Someone has probably actually, one of the security guards has even given you back your guitar, Xander. He felt bad for you and always appreciated your music so that you can, keep everyone entertained. So that's probably going on the other side as well.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
Any type of tone you want to set with the music you're playing?
Very somber.
All right, so it's some very somber music being played in these cells, and it's maybe around midday. You guys have just been brought your delightful lunch, which they don't have anything worse for prisoners. They just ask you what your orders are from the food court, and then they bring it
Yeah.
over. It's not like there's a lot of options. It's potatoes or carrots or whatever else they eat on space colonies.
Nope, apparently that's it. Potatoes and
Yep.
carrots.
Potatoes and carrots. That's the two best, and watermelon. That's the most efficient fruit possible.
And whatever that spice was that one person was smuggling around.
Yep. So it's a lot of
the
fruits,
illegal
vegetables,
cilantro.
and drugs. Like, man, this carrot's really got me going today. Whew, my eyesight's really better. I can see everything so clearly.
We're going straight to the Martian. Potatoes and amphetamines.
So it's just after lunch, and you've got done with a rather enjoyable meal, and all of a sudden, the power goes out. And just like the last time that, or for the few of you that were in the F block, the last time the power went out, which was only Max and maybe Jimmy, you saw the tail end of it. Is I mean these clack-ons start blaring.
It's actually like
and
earlier today, wasn't it? Well, the previous day, I guess.
I think it was been a day or two ago. So
Yeah.
There was a whole Starship ride in between. It's been weeks. It was just
The Starship ride only took a couple hours.
yeah, it was insist. Oh no, but remember he turned and flew off in a random direction for a while, and that was probably two days ago, somewhere in that. Well, plus the day you've been in jail. So
well, no, because remember
it wasn't
we had
yesterday.
to ride out to pick somebody up and then come back, and in the middle of coming back is when I took over. So we rode out somewhere, some distance away. Then I did the whole switch up on the direction. So it has been at least a week or two, depending on how far out these people were, because we were bringing them back.
At this point, they haven't even cleaned out the last of Max's graffiti, probably.
I don't graffiti. You're just making shit up now.
Hey, look, I brought you these spray cans, and I'm going to teach you how to do art.
How do you have spray cans in here?
I'm going to use my hidden stash
that was
talent to produce art supplies.
No, I'm the one with hidden stash.
That was my attempt at a flashback, but let's continue. So where we are now.
So-
Lights out.
The lights have just fallen, and there's a few clack-ons and alarms start blaring, and the emergency lights in the F block start coming on, which are just a few lights. There's probably not any lights in the actual cells, but maybe there's a red light or two in the halls, or maybe there is actually a single light above you, so that if the guards come in, they're not like, "Is anyone in there?" So
No.
What kind of locking mechanism do these doors have?
if you're asking if you can try to pry them open, you can. That is totally an option.
You're saying pry, but that's not where I'm going with.
You're most likely not going to be able to try a Comtech check. It's most likely going to be similar to opening an airlock.
You are a small child.
Well, thank you, Dad.
You could try to... No. My metagame suggestion here is you could try to wiggle through the bars.
I mean, is it a bar cell? That's what I'm asking. I have no mental perception to this. That's why I'm asking these questions.
I don't think it's going to be as much as barred, but more of mainly just a door, as they had on your HAB units. But these ones have a barred window that someone can look into.
Where's the food come in?
The food comes in is usually it's not high security, so usually they open the door, they give you the food, and then they shut the door.
There's no
Yeah, maybe like one cell is like for high security, quote unquote, where they have like a tray hatch or something.
there's no handle
But-
mechanism on the inside.
Yeah, none of them. There isn't a handle mechanism on the inside. So if you do try to open the door from the inside without any tools, it'll be a -2 to your heavy machinery check. If you have any ideas for tools or anything like that, if you guys come up with additional things that you can use, then that'll basically mitigate get rid of those penalties. And if you have a real tool, then that could actually give you a bonus and completely remove the penalty.
Hey, DM,
Oh. Yeah, what's up?
did they check my guitar?
They did not check your guitar.
They just shook it around a lot. Huh. This guitar's got
If-
real
if you're
weird
talking about, like,
acoustics.
If you're talking about like Jimmy's gun that he tried storing in there once while on planet, like that, they've already confiscated that ages ago.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure.
Did I mention I had heavy explosives in my guitar?
Oh no, I don't want to go that bad. Just like
Oh
Can I
yeah,
have, like,
bazooka
one-
functionality. They never unloaded your guitar.
yeah,
Welcome to G-string. Ka-ding.
right? Oh, question. How strong are my guitar strings?
Could I kill a man
Um,
with them?
I mean, as strong as I mean, the guitar technology has probably not advanced a lot since the modern era.
I mean, if you
Alright,
ever tried to
then.
tighten a guitar string, they're not that strong.
You know exactly what I'm thinking. Damn it, kid.
You shot me a message there, Cody, about
Yes.
getting a talent. So the talents you usually have to train for 24 hours. So do you have a way? So, I mean, you guys have been in these cells for a day. Are any of these talents that you'd like something that you could train while you're in a cell?
I could do hard hitter. Do it like
Okay,
a
what
little
is-
Rocky montage.
What is hard hitter? And give me a description of how you're training for this.
Sure. With hard hitter, I get a +2 modification to close combat if I sacrifice my fast action. So I was thinking maybe I play guitar for a little bit and like, you know what, it's not doing anything, and I'm mad because I finally found another android, found out who I am. I'm just angry. So on my bed, I want to try to like put it like on the wall and just start punching it. Just
Okay.
let everything out.
All right. Yeah, that works. That's a perfect example. So the way you do this is for this past 24 hours, you've been training that. You can attempt a wits roll if you'd like. So you just roll straight wits. So do you have any skills in wits that have 0 points in it? Or actually, we learned how to do this before. You can hit base dice, just the button base dice, like right under your character sheet, and then just enter the number 4, and that'll roll that. So, unfortunately, you have been training, and you've been doing this, this rocky punching montage, but you haven't gotten the hang of it yet. So, until you get a success on these dice, you won't have the talent.
Fair enough. I'll keep training.
Okay. Did anyone else have enough experience points and they might want to try to train for a talent in the
Yes.
last?
Nah, I
round?
got 3 left. I'm good.
I do. I mean, I'm drowning in experience.
What would you have liked to train? And is it something that you could have possibly trained in a cell?
That's the problem, is that I was thinking of not, but just a second here. Because
If
unfortunately,
you training dodge, you could just have your dad try to punch you, and you could just duck.
No, I'm already trained in dodge. That was the first thing. Remember, I told you I'm not gonna die. Literally, an execution would be the best way to kill me, because I wouldn't be able to dodge. Oh, you're not gonna get the electrocuting chair thing on me.
Dodge the electric chair. Dodge the electric chair. Dodge the electric chair.
Because I was thinking about gun-related stuff, but my dad never let me have a gun. So I
You've just
never
been in
able
a
to
cell
trade
with a
it.
gun shooting. The guards are like, I wonder what's going on in there.
I am thinking.
Could he use his like finger as like a fake gun?
It
Would
would
that
either
work?
be
Pew,
hothead.
pew, pew, pew.
It would either be
Exactly.
hothead because I don't like being told what to do. Or
That is certainly one.
yeah, I mean it's obvious, right? Oh jeez, hothead counselor or killer. I'm gonna kill somebody eventually, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. Do I want to talk to my dad to get him off that ledge? Do I want to say, fuck you, Dad, you made me my rival? Or do I want to make sure that when it's time to kill somebody, I'm ready for it? And how would I practice killer? Well, I could study my dad to see how the ways I would take him out would be.
Jimmy, you keep waking up, and Max is like, oh, hey, Dad, what's up? Pat your shoulder. He's just like moving in on your throat.
Killer.
so-
I'm going with killer.
You're so fragile here. Does this hurt? Does this hurt?
Just sitting in the corner.
Yes, just
staring
does.
at
Just
him.
kill me already.
Alright, so wits roll, right?
Yes, it would be a wits roll, which you're
Yeah.
famously good at.
Yes. Well, it's my second best stat. I forgot. You were telling him how to do it, and I just totally zoned out. Was it base dice?
The base dice right under your character name. Well, a few rows under.
Wow.
It's
Oh, no.
it's just the same as you, and maybe it's just wits itself.
Can you
Because
push?
that's
Can
what
you push this die roll?
I do not believe you can.
Oh no, I no longer can push dice. That's right, because I now know that I'm not human. Which makes me wonder how Conrad has
say you
been
can
doing
push
it
it.
this whole time.
Yeah, it doesn't say you can push it.
You can't. Well, you can't push as a cyborg,
Yeah.
android, whatever. Which again makes me look over at Conrad, like, what the fuck, Conrad? You've been pushing this whole time too, and you knew you were an android.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
We use our new numbers, right?
Yes, use your new numbers.
I had a
And-
wits of 7.
So just roll 3 extra dice.
I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I forgot to change
Yeah.
it.
Conrad is not an alien. Or not. Well, yes, that is technically correct. He is not an alien. He is
Oh my
also
God.
not an android.
He's also not an android. What the fuck? Well,
Did you
it
think he
seems
was
like
an android?
something. Well, he said he was. No, Conrad, not Conrad. Xander.
Oh, Xander. Yeah. Xander hasn't. Did he say he hasn't been? Oh yeah, so he did know he was an android the whole time.
And he's been
Well,
pushing, so he should not have been.
Xander, I haven't been pushing. No. Every time I've ever been asked to push, I have been pushed. Even when I was a human, because I didn't know that I could
I
do
feel
that.
like if there's a fan in this show, they're gonna have to start posting comments right about now.
Oh, please, because I know I haven't did that.
I feel like
I
I
haven't pushed
have.
once.
It does seem like he hasn't pushed often, and if you have pushed Xander, it has maybe been once or twice. I don't even remember. So I'm gonna
From my
say it didn't
recollection,
happen.
you know.
Yeah. So
This would be the time if we had a dedicated fan base. Somebody should go back and
Yes.
do like
Watch
a
the tape.
Watch it all.
montage.
Heard
But-
it, future fans. Go back right now and make us videos. Quick!
Also, draw us art.
But yeah, I think wits has been the worst rolled stat for everyone because that's what Conrad usually uses for manipulation, and that's what she's failed almost every single time.
Yes.
Starting to make sense how we got into this situation.
So you guys are all in these cells. You've done a little bit of training for the last day, and you're starting to settle into just the monotony of being in a cell. And
The
power goes out. These clack-ons are going on.
Is that how you say that? Because I've always said klaxons.
Axons? Clack-ons?
Well, I don't know that
How
the
do you
X
say
has a
it?
k sound. It's Klaxon. Klaxon, as I've always said.
Click on, click off the clacker. I'm sorry.
Quack.
All right. 1 second. Play. I'm trying to listen to a video about it. At least it's not pronounced clown with just no X. Klaxon.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Is that what you said?
Well, I say Klaxon, so I guess I'm just getting the O. But at the same time, yeah, 'cause the pronunciation is Klak.
How was I saying it?
SN. You were saying with a K sound instead of a X sound.
Ah, Klaxon. Oh yeah, clack on, Klaxon. Okay, I'm hearing the difference. All right, well, you learn something new every day. That's one of my favorite words, actually. But
It's a very sci-fi.
glad I was saying it wrong the whole time. So these weird things on the wall blare flashing alarms. And you can hear a commotion going on in the F block. I mean, you can hear, people moving around, like boots and what's going on? Another power outage? That sort of thing. And what do you guys do?
Rot in a cell.
Take
Alright.
pillow, put overhead now. Push on yours.
And just like before, after maybe 10, maybe less than 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes is too long. So somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, these alarms kind of die down while everything is, still dark. One of the security guards comes in and kind of looks into each one of your cells. It's all right, just another power outage. Happened a few weeks ago. Hey, yeah, Max and Jimmy, you know about it.
All
But,
too well.
I'm sorry, are you standing here talking to us?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I don't know who else I'd be talking to.
Sorry, I can't
guess I could
see
have
your face.
Well, that puberty will hit soon. These cells weren't meant to be for a kid. So maybe
Yeah.
we'll work on that next. We should have been working on that a while ago with the frequency that you've been in here, Max. Did you not get the cell with your stool in it?
I'm a juvenile. You don't put me in here with criminals?
Yeah, well, I'll get the stool moved over for you. Don't worry.
Oh, I thought you meant shit. I thought you meant stool as in shit.
No, like a
took
little stool.
Like I took a shit in a cell or something. I think you're talking about like last time I was here and I went to the toilet.
And the guard just has it. He's just like, been keeping this in my desk for the last 2 weeks.
Well, no, I thought like
There
he didn't clean out the cell or something.
He's offering to bring you your old shit that he left in the cell.
No, more like you made a mess last time you were here. How about I put you back in that? Like I thought that's the threat he was making, not to give you a room with a stool in it, like a stool to sit on.
No, yeah, you had a stool so you could stand on it and talk to the guard through the little cell.
No, I meant more that I should be remanded back to like a school teacher or something, not kept in a jail cell.
Max, people are dead.
No, that's not my fault. Who did I murder? I went for a joyride, and you people killed one another. How is that on me? You're keeping
Max,
a kid in a room with killers.
can you just face the consequences with dignity once?
What consequences? Nothing I did hurt anybody.
Pillow, overhead, pressing harder on the ears.
He's trying to kill you!
No, this is real. This is all a
He's putting
nightmare.
his pillow on himself, not on you.
Yeah. On myself.
Not my fault he's not giving details.
I'll wake up I'll wake up any minute now.
Meanwhile, the guard is like slowly backing away. He's like, I don't want to be a part of this conversation.
This is exactly in your pay grade. You get called out on mental health problems. That's the world we live in right now. Get in here for my social cutting commentary.
this guy proceeds to come in and beat you senseless with his baton. Says, "How's this for mental health?" So, deciding to avoid that scenario, he leaves.
I could take him. You're a punk ass bitch.
I'll just hit you with my stool.
That's unsanitary.
So he leaves, and there's a kind of like a lull, and it's kind of quiet for maybe 10 more minutes. And then you hear like a pop, 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 coming from various spots, and you hear like a shout coming from the entrance to the security building, and then like I mean, crazy amount of commotion and movement, and then there's more of these sounds, and then you hear more boots and more shouting, and then you hear the door slam, and everything in the F block is quiet, but you can still hear those popping sounds. And for Jimmy, this might be a flashback to your time in the USMC. These sound like gunfire, and
Yeah, Jimmy's head is like already perking up. It's a little bit like, the hell's going on?
For Max, it's a flashback to kindergarten movie night.
and
Kindergarten cop.
Popcorn's ready.
I thought you were going to say
God.
kindergarten following Jimmy around. So it's like Jimmy with a rifle with one of those like baby carriers on his chest, like storming a bunker.
Holding back his head to protect them.
Yeah, he's got Max has like earmuffs on and has a tablet, and he's just watching a movie.
Yeah. So I think Jimmy is like trying to listen and try to figure out like what kind of firefight he's listening to. Like how much like pistol shots from like guards are maybe going off, how much is like semi-auto fire from someone who's pulled out the LMG, stuff like that.
So
What does it sound like out there?
yeah, for Xander, Xander is Xander immediately recognizes the sound of this gunfire because he has heard this model weapon fired rather recently, and right next to him, you recognize this type of fire as being similar to the sound that Conrad's weapon made, but a few days ago when he started opening fire on and killed that guy. For
Yeah, that guy.
you, Jimmy, tell us a little bit about your war experience. Did you have any deployments,
Well,
anything like that, and against who?
Well, I like to imagine Jimmy spent most of his time operating the dropship, but there must have been at least a mission or two where he has to disembark and get people back on board while some colony is firing back on them. It's like, it's just a normal mission. It's like, no, we're not leaving you behind. These colonists, they were rebels all along. So he's definitely been in the thick of it, but always behind a nice, safe metal shield.
Okay. So for you recognize a mix of first as you're listening. We'll say maybe you take 5-10 minutes. At first, it's mainly rifles and small arms with a smattering of maybe a machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit of all of them. You are hearing some like some pulse rifles and weapons that you probably recognize as the security and weapons that you've seen around the colony. You're hearing those weapons, but you're also hearing a mixture of different weapons as well. That seems to be coming from, different weapons.
Okay. So yeah, the colony arms are easy to identify, and the majority of what they're fighting against is just this varied mixture of everything.
Yes.
So it's not quite an organized group. Or at least so is the impression. The first obvious answer goes, wait, are these the cargo box guys?
With your knowledge, we'll say with your military training, you can recognize the difference between, trained gunfire and just, some
Yeah,
guy who
who's
just
just
picked up
pulling
a
the
rifle.
trigger and who's like doing a walk fire or something.
Yep. It sounds like 75% to 80% of the gunfire is trained, while the other 20% just sounds like a dude who's having a lot of fun, but might not be hitting anything.
Also makes sense with probably the proportion of the different weapons they're using. Something's going on down though. So Jimmy is like slowly getting up, and he probably has like the blanket wrapped around him as he's like going to the door of the cell. And he's kind of like, "Hey, you guys okay out there? George, is everything all right?"
There is no response.
I'm gonna play. Oh no, I'm with the comrade. Sorry.
No, I mean you're across the hall, so you
you hear me shouting like 5 feet from me.
Can I do an
Well-
observation or no?
What is your intent? Because I might just tell you the answer. You don't even have to roll. That's
I
how
want
nice
to
of a guy I
listen
am.
see if I hear anything.
Gunfire?
I do like a deep listen, like any like steps or that fun stuff.
Yeah, so you're looking for someone like approaching you guys specifically.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah. Make an observation check to listen. Yeah, you're with your ears, your sharp Android ears. I'll say that you're not hearing anyone around you. Like you're not hearing footsteps coming into the building. You're not hearing like just even someone like moving around. Maybe someone's real quiet in this building, but that seems a little strange. So you suspect that there's no one in this building aside from you guys. You are hearing a little bit of movement outside your cell, maybe to the north, like people running around, but that could be from the refugees in the container stops.
Okay.
And those guys
That's
just
actually a
reacted
fair
to that.
question. About which direction does the fire seem like it's been and has been going? Has it been mostly in the containers?
It seems like it started somewhere maybe in the northwest direction, and as it's been going on, it seems like it's moved south.
Okay.
Sort of like northwest to southwest.
Okay, so basically the other side of the facility right now.
Yeah, it seems like it's mainly on the other side of the facility, or in this central area of the facility. With your observation check, what I'm going to say as well is you also hear, one of these guys must have left their radio on in this main entrance, in this like kind of this main police entrance, and so you're hearing like this essentially the security's radio, like as they're chatting with one another. Chatting maybe is a little bit too leisurely of a word, as they're calling to each other, and you're hearing a mixture of like, where are they coming from? Oh, there's so many. Who are these guys? UPP? What is this? We're being overrun. We need more help over by A block. We need more help by C block. They're going down. They're going down. Secure the sublevel.
At that, I'm gonna try to manhandle my door.
Okay. All right. So make a what? So you just start to
Yeah,
Hulk smash.
exactly.
All right. Make a heavy machinery with a -2.
Let's see it.
Damn it.
So now it'd normally been where I'd ask if you wanted to push your roll, but you're an android, so nana nana boo boo is what I will say instead. So you describe what you're doing and maybe describe how this action failed.
I was trying to do it like with my shoulder, push in.
Okay.
So maybe I like slipped or something because I'm sweating so much from all the fighting.
Do androids sweat?
That's a good question. Do I sweat now because I thought I was human? I would sweat.
I think they would. I think they still sweat just to cover for. That's a real interesting question because if they sweat, then they lose that. I mean,
I don't
they
think
lose
you
that
see
moisture.
any of them doing the movies, but at the same
Yeah.
time,
Advanced model that takes in atmospheric moisture and just expels it again to recreate the
Well,
illusion.
I mean, at the same time, the ones in the movies are all super calm no matter what's going on. So, at the
Oh,
same
yeah,
time,
yeah.
those don't really suffer any of that. I mean, could just be really humid.
True.
Yeah, it could be one of those things where this model is designed so that you actually have to intake liquids to try to maintain your cover, and as an
Right.
effect, it really just cycles it into somewhat sweat glands, and when you're starting to move a lot, it
As a
uses that.
consequence, most androids don't have an armpit smell, but you do.
Yep.
Your
Yeah.
armpits stink because you have bacteria growing there that
I'm a
makes.
good model, yeah.
So tell us about this new model of Android you're designing. Well, I decided to make it really smelly.
It has BO.
Piss my pants, Xander.
You have to buy these weird sweat packs that you insert into your armpits that just every so often fan out bad smells.
Oh god.
So you're trying to bash your way out, and you guys, I mean, you're on the other side. You're hearing this gunfire, and you hear Xander start to throw his shoulder against the door. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I didn't slip. I didn't slip.
Well, I mean, it's an unpowered, hydraulic door or just a regular door?
It would say most likely hydraulics.
Was there a negative modifier to try and open this door?
Yes.
Yeah, heavy
what?
machinery -2. Unless you
Heavy
had a
machinery
secret
-2.
tool that you've had in your secret stash this whole time.
I do, but it
Or,
won't
yeah,
open
you
this door.
Did you already
Yeah, or-
declare what was in your stash, or are you just trying to hold out on it?
Only in my own head. I haven't
Yeah,
declared
okay.
it
I did declare it.
yet. I do
In my
declare.
mind.
You have the thing that you want to have, but not the thing we.
Yep. Why don't you try? You're stronger than me.
I mean, I'm sure they have it. They're well equipped.
All right, sure. I'll try it with one die. Let's see if I can do with one
Yeah,
die.
James is gonna cross his arms like this. Like Max is gonna bash his head straight through the door.
It was worth a shot. That's probably with only one die. I can't even figure out where to get my fingers to try and pull this door back.
You're gonna try? You said with one dice?
Yeah.
No, I already did try. I failed.
Oh. Am I not seeing anything?
I'm not either.
Well, it's
Yeah,
on
I'm
the
not seeing
stream.
the die.
There's proof on the stream, which I know you're at because why wouldn't you be, right?
Oh, there it
Oh.
goes.
So
there it is.
on
Oh
your-
yeah, now we see it.
Yeah,
Of
for a
course.
while.
Oh, there it is.
I literally looked over at the stream. I was like, there it is. And looked over and it appeared.
Like magic.
the rolls are just shy.
There's a reverse lag. The
Well,
stream is ahead of us.
Well, the stream is 20 seconds behind anything else.
Max, you don't just headbutt the door. You gotta get leverage.
Well, why don't you try headbutting the door?
No, I'll pass on that. Thanks.
Cool.
Okay.
But
so
I'll look over to Xander and go. It's oh, what are you trying to do?
Go look over at Xander. You can see Xander through this.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
like,
I heard him
but he's
bump
got
and
an
I heard him
angle.
say he didn't slip. So I'm like, what are you trying to do out there, Xander? What's your rush?
I'm gonna
Hey,
jump up
Xander.
really quick.
Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can't
jump
even
up.
see you. We
Yeah,
just hear you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get up like, oh, I think they're fighting out there. It doesn't sound good.
Well,
So we
yeah,
need to get
no
out of
shit.
there.
But I mean, they got this. They're sort of trained.
No, I just heard on the radio they're overrun. They are not
Oh
gonna win
shit.
this. So we have to get out now.
Oh man. Well, if they kept my pistol out there, we could maybe go out there and help them.
So
Jimmy's gonna cross his arms a little bit and think, I could get in
Conrad
more
will-
trouble, or I could be in all the trouble I'm in now. Which way do I want?
Conrad will add, just because this is information that he knows, and he would share it with you guys. He recognizes, and Xander would too. I just sent you that message, but
Right.
he recognizes a lot of the fire as AK-47 pulse assault rifle fire. That's what the majority of the other fire is.
Mm-hmm.
He probably doesn't recognize some of the other weapons, but so there is still a percentage of weapons that I have no idea, but one of them is that. And I mean, that since he mentions UPP, Jimmy, that would reinforce what you know is you do know that this is a weapon carried by the UPP, and that's their primary weapon for their Marines or troops.
Right. And remind me, which one was the UPP again? The one we're adjacent to?
United.
Yes, that is the communists. So if we go,
There we
the
go.
communists, the Red Scare. If we shift
Yeah.
so there's all
needs
these.
a little reminder. Okay, so Jimmy's kind of thinking, well, this doesn't look. This doesn't sound great.
Does it not?
No.
Well, here's what Jimmy's gonna do. So there's a bed in here that he spends a lot of time on. Does it have any bars that hold it up, like the backrest or something holding up against the wall or something like that?
It certainly does.
Oh.
Well, I can try prying off one of those first because that's probably weaker, and then use that as a point of leverage to try to push the door open.
Huh. You want me to try that?
That will count as a tool, and will give you just a -1 on your heavy machinery.
Nice.
Yeah.
As he does it on his bed, I want to do it on my bed. I don't want to be known right now.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, while Jimmy's doing this and hears the movement over on Xander's side, he's just gonna go as like copycat. But he's gonna give it a try.
Hey, you're a leader, right?
So,
yeah.
Jimmy, you start leveraging on the door with it. You break apart your bed and break it open. Xander, on the other hand, he's like, he hears you breaking apart your bed and goes to pick up his equipment, like take apart his own bed, and maybe he takes just apart the wrong part of the bed, or maybe he just can't get it in, and you managed to pop it open. You've popped open your cell, Jimmy.
Okay.
Cool. I reach into my pants and I pull out a gun. Hidden stash.
Is that what you're going to use as your hidden stash?
Yep.
Which gun?
Which gun? Hold on, I have the page open right here. I would like a 357 Magnum revolver because I have been experiencing a lot of frontier marshals lately, but I will also accept the M4A3 service pistol.
Is that my gun?
So
you
smuggled my gun?
I'll give you a little bit of a compromise here. I'll say that this hidden stash works, but instead of you pulling it out of your pocket, you know of a marshal, a woman named Deborah, and she and her husband is one of the guys who does a lot of hydroponics, and they're raising their family, even though she's a security guard, they're raising their family because they've got a young kid, and they just don't want guns around the house. So when she's off duty, she puts her weapon, still at her desk, and that's where she leaves it. And today is in fact the day that she is home. And so most likely, since you haven't heard her come in, you know exactly where to find her weapon. So
all right, I'll rush over there and I grab it then.
Yeah.
It does say on me or stowed somewhere safe, so it's still to the letter of the talent.
So Max runs off to the first gun he thinks of, and I'm just like, hold up, Xander, I got this door. I'm on the other side of it.
From the outside, you can just open them. There's not an issue
it's like,
about
control
that.
panel, open, controls. There we go.
They are hydraulic, so there's probably like a panel where you have to pull a pretty large lever, and it releases the pressure there.
I'm going to try one more time.
All right, yeah.
As you try one more time, Jimmy just is standing there with the door open in front of you.
So you try, you're heaving at the door, and you're like, I got it. And Jimmy's
Hey,
like,
Xander.
steps in front of the lever, and he's like, oh yeah, good job.
Right, I just go running out the door. Like, I did it.
Yeah, you did. High five, Xander.
Oh
Ah,
my
So-
gosh.
Meanwhile, while this has all been happening, while you guys been working on your doors, the fire that you guys have been hearing, the gunfire, has kind of quieted a little bit, and it sounds like it's moving farther away. Maybe it's just because it's indoors or something else, but it sounds like it's moving farther away.
We have to
right.
be
It's
quiet.
possible they've hit a B block at this point.
Yeah, they said that they were going up A block and C block needed help, right, DM?
Yeah, I said yes, that is correct. That is what you had overheard. But
Yeah.
moving into B block might not necessarily be quieter, but it could be a potential.
Can I find what this radio was?
It's probably in like the little forward room there.
Yeah, I'll go try to find this radio to have
And
for.
Jimmy's like gonna go check out the armory real quick and fetch his pistol.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want
so
the radio.
Yeah, you guys move around F block, and we'll start with Xander. You move around, and you find that the old dispatch radio is sitting right there on the desk.
Oh, was that like a handheld radio?
No, it's where one guy would sit and typically be like, "Yeah, there's trouble over in E block. Yep, it's Max again.
Anything
Yep,
else?
the usual."
Gotcha. Anything else online, or is it just dead silent?
It is online, and you're still hearing this smattering of talk back and forth.
What's the talk now? Just out of curiosity.
They are mainly the talk is falling back to they're listing different fallback positions in what seems to be some sort of code that they have, and they're alternating covering fire and reload and all that jazz.
Gotcha. Okay, so nothing that could help us, basically.
You could try to decipher this code.
Sure. How would I do that?
How would you like to try to decipher it?
Maybe my wits.
Yeah, your wits would be a perfect example. You could use an observation. Maybe you're trying to you're picking up similarities, and between the few things that they're saying not in code, you're starting to crack it.
Yeah, I could try wits or observation. I'm sorry.
By the way, we are currently in turns, so that I'm tracking time. So you guys will get your several actions, and then I'll rotate through all of you.
Okay.
That's fine.
Just because time is going on in the rest of
makes sense.
the colony. All right, you have a success, and so you're able to crack the code enough to tell that there seems like the several points that they're falling back to seems to be into C block. It sounds like there's one person in D block that seems like they might be alone or injured, and they're trying to seek get medical attention. And then the others, it's mainly talk about falling back to either the sub level or another level that you're not quite sure where it is. Like it seems to be somewhere underground, but it's probably that facility that everyone kind of knows about, but none of you have actually been in.
It's just basement mechanics. That's all it is. They just don't tell you what's down there for security reasons. That's all.
You want to go to the basement, guys?
What? Why? No, of course not. There's the ATV over in the vehicle bay. We can go ahead and take that out into the woods.
All right, I'll let them know what I overheard. and everything. Should we try to get that guy that's injured, or just leave him?
I'm pretty sure he's probably in the line of fire. The answer to that is going to be, I don't want to get shot.
I look over to Max. Huh? Only human, huh? Just kind of grin.
Yep.
I mean, I know I've declared you my buddy, but that was fucking weird what you just said.
I
Only
have a
got
feeling
time to
he doesn't
bleed.
want to get shot either.
All this is clearly going straight over Jimmy's head, though.
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't even like bat an eye at it.
So,
Yeah, I'll try to get. I guess after that, if I can, I'm gonna try to meet up with Jimmy to see if I can find like maybe a baton or some sort of melee weapon.
yeah, so you're looking. You've done you've cracked this code, and you're starting to find the rest of them. Jimmy, what would you like to do? You said you wanted to go up into the upper level and look for weapons.
Yeah, I wanted to go to the armory, see if I could at least fetch my pistol. So I'll start heading up there and try to open it up.
All right, I would like you to roll a wits roll, or yeah, just to see if they have left any of the weapons behind, or if they
How
when they
how about command as understanding how they might operate?
yeah, that works perfectly fine. That works as well. And just to see if they have left weapons behind, or if in this mad scramble they've just cleared everything out.
Took everything. Oh, we got
One guy's
successful
just got
command.
3 guns in his hands.
I put
Bang,
the third AK
bang,
in my
bang.
mouth.
So you run up there, and it looks like in their haste they've just the arms locker is open, and you see there is in fact your pistol is there.
Hey, here we go. So I'll go ahead, just take that. What else we got here?
There is, let me check the names of these. Inside, you see there is several, there's one stun baton, several, like, a number of regular batons, so if you wanted to use that.
Mm-hmm.
There are several knives as well. There is 2 suits of, the colonial marines, just, loose body armor, so it's not combat armor, but it will give you an armor rating of 1 while you're wearing it. It's just something light, just to that they usually wear around. There is additionally, looking for the grenade section. I know there was that grenade section.
Oh boy.
But there are 2 flashbangs, a smoke grenade, and a frag grenade.
Let's see. So smoke grenade, frag grenade, and what was the third one?
A smoke grenade, frag grenade, and 2
Flashbang.
flashbangs.
The only other grenade that exists in video games.
Well, there's electroshock grenades, and I
Yep, so popular you
And-
can immediately think of the name, right?
yep,
Well, I mean,
so
all
popular.
of these are useful. I think what I'm going to declare Jimmy is going to do is he's going to literally arm up as much as possible here. He's just taking it all. He's going to go ahead and take the other armor, and he's going to bring it down for Xander. But he's obviously like taking a knife and a stun baton.
Right back to fuck you, son. I got it.
It
Don't
does
protect
look
your
like
son with armor in the middle of a firefight. Let's give it to the other adult.
If you are going to the line of fire, I will shoot you myself before I let you do that. You are going to stay safe, and I don't care what happens. I'm going to do it.
No, nothing safer than plainclothes John in the middle of a war zone.
The first thing that they're going to do is shoot for people with armor and shoot with people with guns, which is why I don't want you to have either of them, because then you're a target.
Your argument is
Otherwise,
that they're going to aim for a child. is what you're saying. Because that child is wearing
Yes.
armor.
Yes, because they're soldiers, and none of your bullshit is going to fly. They're going to shoot if you're a threat.
That's a war crime. They wouldn't commit war crimes.